I just spawned on a rock. Okay, so I decided to explain the Nightwing tribe in my kind of lore only because like I just mostly decided to anyway. So I'm not gonna be explaining about like the whole so basically the stuff between the Nightwings and the Wings of Fire is canon still. Like with the whole Darkstalker crap 2000 years ago stuff, Ice Wings hating each other and mostly yeah, except for the Sandwing succession, because like the Sandwing succession never existed in my type of Nightwing lore in the Wings of Fire thing. So I decided to explain the Nightwing lore in my OC lore sort of thing, I guess you could say, or my type of Wings of Fire lore of myself. Please note this book series belongs to Tuati Suderland. This is not my book series, because as most of y'all really know, I don't know why I'm even saying it, but just to let y'all know. But this is my kind of lore of how I put the Nightwings in my character lore. So the 2000 years of the Darkstalker stuff kind of happened. Except the Nightwings did not have a queen with a Nightwing queen suffering in lava and from an ice breath attack. Nah. I mean, I was gonna make that canon most likely, but nah, I didn't make it canon. I just made it a little different. Like I said, the Nightwing queen is named Plague Winter, and she's known to be dead, but Nightwings don't fully know she's completely dead or alive. But a lot of the Nightwing scientists really just assumed that she was dead. So pretty much Nightwings kinda did go back to be their books four selves. Well, I wouldn't say they went back from being their books four selves, but like pretty much their book 3 and book 4 selves, where they just kidnapped Rainwings, study them, try to make venom-proof armor, because they're tired of living in a literal crap hole full of lava. And yeah. Starverse, in this case, was not part of the scientists, but a lot of Nightwings kept assuming he was a scientist, but they kept forgetting that he was an animus. Though Nightwings actually found out that he had a teardrop, same with Battle Slayer, aka Ender's mom, and he had a silver teardrop. But then Queen Plague Winter had made a decision on saying that she only wants one animus, and if one of them gets expelled, we only have, like, I don't know what will happen to the second animus, so, one of y'all has to, like, either just leave the kingdom, y'all, so I'm very sorry. And Starverse decides to, which, of course, Battle Slayer did not want Starverse to leave, but Starverse said it was, like, the only way, since there was, like, no way of him basically figuring this out and trying to make, and try to convince Queen Plague Winter to keep 2 Nightwing animuses, but she never let that happen. And then Starverse left to Animus Island and met the Nightwing and Skywing hybrid y'all know, Flamestar, which I almost literally sounds like a leader clan from a leader of a clan from freaking Warriors. I don't know why. I might change her name, but I think I'll keep it as Flamestar though, because it just sounds really cool. So during the times Nightwings got into, basically finding out that Rainwings have the most peaceful environment, full of oxygen, good, healthy stuff, you could say, I guess. But then the Nightwings did not decide to ally with Rainwings peacefully, because instead, of course, they probably just decided to freaking kidnap Rainwings, study their venom, and try to make venom-proof armor. Except there was only like one scientist, and it's just some random OC that exists, so it's not Mastermind. Sorry about that, y'all. So it's not Mastermind, just some random scientist. That is not important, but probably will be in the Queen of Darkness, maybe, or maybe he'll just like show up a bit as just a side character. I don't know why. And while all that bullshit was going on, Battleslayer, of course, did not agree with this, but Plague Winter wanted to go with it. So when Plague Winter went to fight with her Nightwing tribes, because there was a fighting time along with the Ice Wings, because basically White Odd, two common enemies. Like, how I was supposed to... Do I need to say more? And of course, Battleslayer... while Plague Winter and her guards were out... fighting with the Icewing armies. Because I think it is explained that I think when Icewings and Nightwings were fighting and the, like, when Icewings and Nightwings were fighting in the Sandwing succession, we do hear that, like, an Icewing breathes ice down in Battle Winter's throat, which it does kind of show that she did fight with her tribe, so I just decided to put that with Plague Winter, except she doesn't get ice breathed down her throat, so yeah. So, while the battle was going on with, Plague Winter and others, while Plague Winter was fighting with the Ice Wings, Battleslayer apparently was engaged with the Nightwing before Star first got exiled from the kingdom and moved to Animus Island. And she enchanted her egg, even because, like, she knew she was the only tribe's Animus, but for some reason, if she was gonna have an egg that was either not an Animus or not, because, like, mostly she did want herself not to have an Animus egg, but for some reason, she decided to, only because her husband was also an Animus. So basically, she knew there was, like, no enchantment to basically revert to make, Ender, not an Animus. And for some reason, she gave her the ability, or she tried to at least she at least tried to make the Dragonette inside not have Animus blood or powers, at least. And, but she did give her the ability to see the future in mind read without no silver teardrop, because she was not born under, like, any moons. Because, like, basically the smoke from the fucking volcanoes were covering the freaking moons for her to hatch under any other moons. But luckily it was not a blood moon during that time. So Battleslayer kind of went like, I wanted to how do I say, hold on, let me just rephrase that. So Battleslayer was like to her, kind of like, I guess you could say her enchantment was like, I want to make my daughter or son into like into a mind reader and seer, but not an animus, and the enchantment's like, okay, I guess I won't. Psych! I already made her an animus, and yeah, Battleslayer didn't actually know that she was born as an animus until, like, Ender kind of found out herself, and Battleslayer kind of, like, yeah, Ender kind of, like, was kind of, like, levitating objects. I'm like, oh, hey, Mom, I can levitate objects, and Battleslayer was like, what? I thought you enchanted your egg not to make you an animus. What the fuck? Anyway, yep, so that is how Ender was born an animus, mostly. And Battleslayer wasn't trying to, like, get rid of her, but Honestly, Ender could hear her thoughts, and she was asking if she wasn't proud that she was an animus. Or, well, Ender didn't know what an animus was, but, like, until Battleslayer told her. So Battleslayer told Ender, because of, like, of what happened 2,000 years ago, dragons believe that, that you can lose your soul to your magic if you use it, like, way too much. And Ender's like, oh, damn, okay, I won't use it then. Thank you. And apparently, yeah, she just goes with it, apparently. But that didn't fix her problem. Battleslayer was worried when she heard when she found out that her daughter was a literal, when she found out that her daughter was an animus too, because apparently the enchantment doesn't work on her, the enchantment didn't work on her egg. And she was worried if, like, Plague Winter came back, she was gonna execute her, or either just execute the Dragonette so Battleslayer could be the only one. But unfortunately, the Nightwing Guards came back from battle, all injured, wounded from the Ice Wings. And Battleslayer saw that her queen was not there anymore. And she's like, oh well. Did Plague Winter just die to an Ice Wing? So basically, what the Nightwing Guards told her is like, oh, so yeah, we were just fighting, and then, like, I think Queen Crystal might have, like, killed Plague Winter, or Plague Winter, like, got lost in the fight. And Battleslayer was like, how the fuck can a queen get lost in a fight? So, their only heir to the throne, of course, as y'all know, the jerk, King Strongbringer. Or should I say Prince Strongbringer, because he wasn't king before. He was the only choice for Nightwings, but mostly Nightwings didn't accept him as the king. And plus, Strongbringer was kind of too young to be king, but the Nightwings didn't accept him. Also, a little fun fact. This is kind of based on the medieval times, because, like, if two royal parents were dead, their young kid had to be a ruler at a young age. I think that's what I learned from medieval times, but I could be wrong. But yeah, I'm gonna say medieval people, you guys were messed up as fuck, seriously. And because they literally just, even if their, like, heirs to the thrones were, like, very young to rule, they just made minors literally rule over kingdoms. Like, what the fuck? Though Prince Strongbringer, not King Strongbringer, I'm getting used to saying that right now. Oh my god, I keep saying King, what the hell? Prince Strongbringer was not really that young, but he was, like, a little young. He was at least maybe at his teenager ages, which I think that means he's, like, at least maybe 5 or something. He's, like, 5. He was only, like, 5 years old. Excuse me. He was only at least, like, maybe 5 years old when his mother went missing. But he would actually just try to, like, I don't know, try his best to rule anyway, since the Nightwings did not have a queen anymore. But that didn't make him king. He just would, like, try to, like, do order stuff, since he was the only heir to the throne of Plague Winter. And then, somehow, Nightwings, of course, were still kidnapping Rainwings. Ender, of course, feels bad for this, because, like, one of the Rainwings, she didn't really meet Fox, actually, because, like, so, here's the thing, Fox was kidnapped, during the war before the Dragon Mind, but she was actually, but she was kidnapped, like, before she even met Ender, and, yeah, so Fox never actually met her, aka Fox, just like, you know, Fox's Ghost's, past self, and, yeah, there you go, she's, like, Ghost from the past, pretty much, so, yeah. Honestly, Ender wanted to free the Rainwing so bad, but since it was against the whole thing of building Venom armor, she couldn't really do anything at all. But then, like, there was no schools for her to go to learn about her powers, or even, like, about the history behind Nightwings, because the old Nightwing home with the school was destroyed. Like, absolutely destroyed. But then, like, and then, bam, like, Queen Boa just goes like, oh, so you're kidnapping our Rainwings, and now we're gonna fucking end your island and kill you. But then, like, as, like, Rainwings went crazy and tried killing all the Nightwings, well, they kind of killed most of the Nightwing guards, sorta, and Prince Strongbringer to Queen Boa was like, okay, I give up, okay? I'm not the king of this place. My mother has been missing for gosh knows how long, and I'm just, like, here, okay? I don't know why. So, honestly, Queen Boa just, like, responds like, oh, damn, Jesus. So I guess we both have mother issues? Yeah, so here's a fun fact about Queen Boa. Queen Boa kind of had mother issues since, you know, Rainwings don't really know their parents once they hatch, I think, because, like, according to, like, book 3, they don't know their parents until they try to Venom test and to find out they're related with other Rainwings. I don't know, I think that's how they do it, but apparently Rainwings did not really care for her mother's, Queen Boa's death. Or Queen Boa's mom's death, I mean. And yeah, she just became queen anyway. But as she learned that the whole kidnapping Rainwings thing was getting a little too, far, she decided to cause, like, a whole goddamn raid against the Nightwings. And, basically, she kind of saved all the Rainwings except for Fox, and Fox just literally just gets killed by lava. And a few days later, Rainbow, not like the Rainwing and Skywing hybrid, by the way, or even like my Dodo character from The Last Extinct Birds. I have too many OCs named Rainbow, like, Jesus Christ. Rainbow, Ghost's mother, basically finds her daughter's corpse burnt to a literal, almost to a skeletal crisp. And when she was in disbelief and grieving, and basically, I guess, like, you could say, like, Ghost woke up, like, not, like, after Rainbow found her, but she woke up before her mother found her, and she just saw her dead body, and she doesn't know what the hell happened to her, and woke up with lightish gray scales, and some colors of her past self still on her. What else was it gonna, what the hell just freaking 3 minutes just teleported, what the hell? And then, like, the Rainwings, once Queen Boa found out that Fox was dead, Ghost was in disbelief, of course, and basically, because the Rainwings could not actually see her, because Ghost Wings could never be seen by any dragons, and mostly she met other Ghost Wings that have actually died, like, either 2,000 years ago, or just, like, either during the war, I guess, and, Mostly they said, oh, it gets hard to get you. And mostly the Ghost Wings just said, oh, so it kind of gets a little hard to get used to being a Ghost Wing, but you'll get used to it after a few days or so. And Ghost is like, oh, thanks. So apparently, back to Nightwings, we're not explaining Rainwing lore or Nightwing lore, though I might actually explain Rainwing lore next, because why the fuck not? And, what was I saying? So Ender and her mom were scared because they felt like they were gonna die too. You know, Ender wasn't part of the whole Rainwing kidnapping. So Prince Strongbringer was like, please, you gotta let us stay here. We can't go back. It's all lava and we can't breathe there either. And Queen Mo was like, oh, well maybe you should have started thinking of maybe, I don't know, living in an environment full of freaking trees or just random animals, not in a volcanic place. So, basically, you would probably say that I made the Nightwing stay in the rainforest like they did in the books, but nah. They actually went to the old and ancient city of the Night Kingdom, which is partially destroyed because part of their island got destroyed for some reason. I don't know how they did though, or how it did. Probably because like of time changes or some bullshit like that. I don't know. And for some reason, the Nightwings were pretty pissed off with Prince Strongbringer, and pretty much just like expelled him from like the whole the old Night Kingdom, mostly because like the Nightwings will never accept a king ever, since like they knew that Darkstalker was trying to be king of the Nightwings before, and they think that that King Strongbringer was gonna be one of them. And here's the thing, I know in the Strange Island I did say that Strongbringer was an animus, but I decided to change that because I felt like it was a little weird to me, because if I was gonna make his mother not an animus, why not either make him an animus? Because I just didn't really know. I mean, yeah, I know like maybe some queen dragons who aren't animuses can have animus dragonettes, but still though, I don't know. Anyway, so the Nightwings rebuilt their old home, or tried to, like, at least maybe rebuild it a bit. And Ender was not doing a good time. Like, it wasn't like the old lava home, but I'm not saying she liked it either because of how hard it was to breathe. She was really unhealthy, but finally she could actually eat good meat. But that's not the case of her. So she basically was bullied by these three Nightwings named Fury Scales and Deathverse, and hold on, did I ever make another one on here? What's his name? Oh wait, that's Plague Dancer, never mind. Okay, yeah, I don't know. I haven't come up with a name for the third bully that goes with Deathverse. Okay, dude, can you stop following me, dude? So, Nightwings, what was I gonna say? So, that was when Ender kind of like, decided to move to Jade Mountain Academy, wrote to her mom, and, basically her mom accepts it. But, like, while she was actually writing the letter before she sent it to her mom, Ghost was like, well, I guess that makes two of us because we're both, like, not seen as good dragons or whatever. And then Ender just looks around and she sees her for some reason because, like, here's the thing. As Nightwings were, got King Strongbringer or Prince Strongbringer, oh my god, to leave the Night Kingdom, Ghostwings did not actually know that they could finally be seen, apparently, because, I don't know, just like some random times will just happen with the Ghostwings for no reason at all. So yeah, the whole war before the Dragon Mind attack ended because, like, the queens, except for Plague Winter, decided to come along and say, hey, so let's just stop this war and not do it again. I don't know where Plague Winter is, though. And Queen Crystal was like, I think I scared her off or something. Like, why the fuck did she not return to her tribe? So, yeah, yeah, Queen Crystal is, like, so screwed with Plague Winter and Queen of Darkness, probably. And, anyway, what was I saying about Ender? Oh, yeah, so, Ghost was like, wait, you can see me? And Ender was like, yes, why? So, here's a little fun fact about Ender. She was interested in finding ghost wings, but the Nightwings didn't really believe her. And, she was discouraged a lot and stuff because she didn't want to study them like the those Nightwing scientists did with the kidnapped ones. She wanted to know more about them, or she wanted to know their history and not just, like, study their venom or their color of blood. But by the way, Ghostwing blood is actually known to be black or just, like, sometimes dark red. So it's not like a darker kind of red sort of thing. So it's not basically like how you would probably imagine, like dragon blood. Sometimes Ghostwings will have black blood, but it's just a little different. And oh my god, my tongue is dry, bro. Anyway, what was I saying? So, apparently we have, like, a little Beetlejuice moment, like, you know, like, where, I forgot her name, sees Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice is like, you can see me! I'm gonna have a new best friend! And something like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember the freaking song. I think it's called Invisible. I don't remember the song. I'm sorry. It's from that Beetlejuice musical soundtrack I heard on a Darkstalker and Moonwatcher map. I don't know. But I don't know. Ghost was kind of like that. And Ender was like, wait, you're a Ghostwing? Are you gonna take me as a host? And Ghost was like, what? I don't possess dragons, dude. That's not what I do. And most likely, of course, like, as, Ghost wasn't really bullying her because, like, she knew that the Rainwings did not forgive the Nightwings for kidnapping. She knew that Queen Boa never forgave the Nightwings for kidnapping her tribe, but Ghost wasn't like those Rainwings anyway, because, like, honestly, she just... Here's the thing, when Ghost was alive, she was kind of like Reindeer at first, like, she was, like, peaceful, kind of like a choice giver, I guess you could say. But then, like, I guess all that went away after she died, and she just got pissed off because the Nightwings, basically, tortured her, studied her venom, and experimented her. But, except for Ender, because Ender wasn't like that. And, well, God, I keep forgetting what I'm gonna say. So Ender gets accepted into J Mount Academy, but little did she know Death First and Fury Scales and the other random bully. I'm still trying to figure out a name for him. Just, like, literally went to JMA, aka J Mountain Academy. And Of course, Ghost for no reason just follows Ender into the freaking school without getting justified because like mostly she was invisible the whole time because Ghost Wings had the ability to do that. And when Ender was at her lowest and starts feeling suicidal because like she feels like she just should end her life because a lot of dragons just hate her for being born an animus and thinking that she'll be like Darkstalker at some point. But apparently Ghost gets her out of that phase and be like, hey, don't say that about yourself. Like yourself. Seriously. Don't hate yourself for being a bitch to a bunch of dragons. Like, just be nice or something like that. Be nice to yourself. Honestly, I'm starting to think that song, Wouldn't You Like, kind of fits Ender and Ghost for no reason. I have no idea. Probably it fits that moment where, Ghost tries to, like, get Ender to, like, I'm probably gonna make an AMV on the Wouldn't You Like song, you know, from Epic, the musical. I'm probably gonna get that, thing from where, Ghost tries to... Because mostly Ender was about her use her animus magic to attack Deathverse out of anger, but apparently Ghost convinces her not to because she doesn't want her soul to be taken down by her magic. What else was I gonna say? Ghost did actually believe that Nightwings could have a change of heart, even if they just didn't. Even if they just acted like assholes because they wanted a new... She understood that they wanted a new kingdom and a new home because the air they were breathing was toxic and was not doing a good thing to their lungs. So that you could say that the whole air on the volcanic island was giving them lung disease or some bullshit like that. I don't know. And, basically, Ghost kind of like stopped thinking that Nightwings could actually change and have good inside them until she met Ender and found out that she could be seen. But that's my lore on Nightwings, actually. So because like most of the stuff I explain are in my series, and I'm not gonna spoil anything. So too bad, you don't get any spoilers. Bye.